I mean, I think we just finding our way. It's been coming in different ways. For the first, I say 10, 11 games, 13 games, it was just coming different. I didn't think we executed well. We weren't very sharp. The ball didn't move much, and I think the last few games, we're finding our way. Just what works for us, and it's hopping around. We having quality possessions, and I think it's generating energy for us on the other end as well.
How much is that mellow?
I mean, obviously he presents a different challenge for the other team. Just from a respect standpoint, I think teams see him, and it's just the respect sometimes. That they got to honor another guy, so it can change coverages. It can change how much a team wants to help, who they help off of. Just having another threat like him out there. So I think it's partly him being who he is, and then I think it's us just realizing, we up against it, and it's time to turn it around, and everybody's mind and heart is into doing whatever is right for the team, and I think it's starting to show.
Can you explain the evolution of the pick and roll between you and Hassan?
I mean, I think to start the season, it was every guy that I've played pick and roll with outside of LaMarcus Aldridge, I've kind of had to tell them, like, do this, do that. Like, not like they didn't know, but I got the ball, so I'm telling them what I need them to do so I can make the play, and so what I see happening can happen. And it's taking time, and, some less time than others, from L.A. to J.J. Hickson and Mace, and then Nurk, and, now him, Brolo as well. It just takes time, and I think with him, our timing is getting better. The more I communicate with him, the more he's starting to understand what I want to do, and it's just getting better with time. So, 18, 19 games in, it should be getting better than it is.
So what did you have to tell him to do? Kind of
spraying the screens, set the screens. I think early, because we was getting so much attention, he like slipping out because two guys are on the ball, so he felt like slipping out would work. And sometimes he would slip out too far, where it's like, I can't make that pass, instead of slipping into the pocket where it's easier pass, and then the defense has to react. And now you the playmaker. They make a decision, and you kind of just pick them apart from there. But the problem is, if he sets the screen, I can get separation from my man, and now the big is by himself instead of two people. So it started with him just setting the screen. I said, you got to set the screen. Stop slipping out of screens. Like, I need you to set it so maybe I have an opportunity, and if not, I can attack your man. He's going to stay with me, and now the game is easier for you. And then on the weak side, they're going to see you getting dunks. They're going to pull over. Now CJ or Hoodie or whoever's on the weak side is getting open shots, and that's how you loosen up a defense. So I think it started with him just committing to setting screens. He's been setting screens harder, and then it got to the point he was setting screens and then just waiting. And then I was like, set it, and you got to dive hard. You can't stand there. Like, it's hard to do, but you got to do it, for the sake of our offense. And I think he's just, doing a better job of it.
Do you look at the home games as an opportunity, particularly after being on the road so much?
Do I see what?
This chunk of home games you got 10 of the next 14 at home.
Yeah, I mean, it always comes back. We've had a lot, I think 13 out of our first 18 on the road. And we didn't go into it saying, all right, we're going to have more home games, so it don't really matter. We just didn't play good enough to win a lot of those games. But knowing that we coming home and that we're playing better, I think it's on everybody's mind. Like, okay, it's a great opportunity for us to kind of get ourselves back into it, taking care of our home floor. Even though we haven't been great at home, at some point it has to turn because our work has continued. We've been positive. We, continue to believe in ourselves. So I think we're starting to, turn that corner.
Does it feel like you guys have found something now, winning back-to-back games? Everybody's a little more healthy all together?
I think we just realizing that it's not, winning is not easy. Early in the season, we came in, and I think we just kind of expected things to happen. We didn't have the swagger and the attitude and mentality of a winning team, for 48 minutes at least. And I think the last few games we've had that. And we haven't played, the top teams in the league, but I think it's the style that we've been able to play. It's sustainable, and it's something that can work against every team. And I think that's a great start.